Dangal greetings, sir. We are Kapwa Dangal ng Bayan. Our group consists of
Maria Nicole R. Arevalo,
Catherine Belio,
Cristiana Ignacio,
Alson Kapitbahay,
Mark Jimal A. Mengito.
Hi, I am Ryan Periglinar.
Oliver Emmanuel C. Quiroz,
Reveling Joy R. Sulasiban,
Lawrence Andrew B. Santos,
and Lorenzo M. Tagalog Jr.
We were tasked with creating a web application that will allow a user to generate bingo cards and play the game to be displayed on the user screen in tabular format.
This document is named midtermproject.html and is also titled Bingo. This web page has one major division that has an ID of main container, and under it are three divisions that have IDs of card container, button container, and draw history container. Before the first division, there is a header tag with an ID of game title and a value of Let's Play Bingo.
In the first minor division of the web page, which is the cards container, it contains a paragraph tag that acts as a label for the value of bingo cards, and another subdivision which holds the bingo card called new card division.
Following the cards container is the button container division that holds all the necessary buttons to operate the game, namely BTN Bingo, BTN Drawball, BTN Generate Card, BTN Clear.
Finally, the last division, which is the draw history container, displays a number of paragraph tags such as label bingo, drawn balls B, drawn balls I, drawn balls N, drawn balls G, and lastly, drawn balls O.
This division displays the number drawn and the letters that it was under from B, I, N, G, and O. Lastly, we used external JavaScript files and linked it in this HTML document file.
we have included a design that would fit how games are visualized using CSS language. The design aims to be as minimal as possible. First off, we use only one font, which is the Homa.
As for the backdrop, we added the same background image and added a padding to the top and bottom of the page.
As for the card, we have used a table with the fixed height, width, font size and weight, background color, and border. It only changes to green once the given number is drawn.
We also added a hover feature that changes color, which emphasizes the button to be clicked. By adding all these features, it will be much easier for the user to understand how the game works.
Included here in the check create bingo JavaScript file is the declaration of the several variables that includes the following: ball draw variable for drawing balls, bingo card for creating bingo cards, and the variable TBL ID that is set to 1 to hold the current table ID.
The first function we declared here is the create cards, which displays a prompt asking the user for the number of bingo cards they want to play. It then loops through and calls the draw card method of the bingo card object to generate an HTML table of random numbers with a free space in the middle. The table ID variable is used here to give each table a unique ID. This function also creates an instance of ball draw class object in every successful creation of bingo cards.
The next function, drawball, simply calls the drawball method in the ball draw object, which randomly generates and displays a unique number between 1 and 75. This method also enables the bingo button when the user has already drawn 4 balls.
We declared a check card function to check the user's current cards for the horizontal, vertical, and diagonal winning patterns. If a winning pattern is detected, the function will display a message that the user has won a bingo. If not, an alert will be displayed saying that the user has not yet won.
In checking the winning patterns, we declared 3 separate functions named check horizontal pattern, check vertical pattern, and check diagonal pattern. Each function checks whether the drawn balls match any cells in the bingo cards of the user that would complete the 3 respective patterns. Lastly, The function getR of cards simply returns the R of cards array.
This JavaScript class called bingo card creates and displays a bingo card using HTML. The constructor method initializes an empty multidimensional array and assigns it to the matrix property of the class.
The drawCard method returns an HTML table code for displaying the bingo card. The createRow method generates the HTML code for displaying the rows of the bingo card table and calls the generateMatrix method to fill matrix with random numbers.
The generateMatrix method fills the matrix with random numbers, making sure that each row has only 5 numbers, and the middle cell of the matrix is set to free. To generate a random number, the code uses math.floor, math.random times 75 plus 1 expression which generates a random integer between 1 and 75.
The includes method is used to check if the generated number already exists in the array. If the number does not exist, it is added to the designated matrix array object.
The code also checks that each row has only 5 numbers and the middle cell of the matrix is set to free. Overall, this class provides a way to generate and display a random bingo card with HTML.
This JavaScript file contains a class ballDraw that has several functions such as constructor, getBallDrawn, setBallDrawn to null, drawBall, and markCard. The constructor creates an empty array named ballDrawns. Next, the getBallDrawn function returns the ballDrawns property of the class. Following that is the setBallDrawns to null function that is used to clear the ballDrawns array.
The drawBall function has several variables such as drawBalls, drawBallsB, drawBallsI, drawBallsN, drawBallsG, drawBallsO, is ball already called, and roundBall.
Most of these variables are used as container that references objects from a HTML file, especially those variables with drawn balls in their name.
These variables reference the ID of paragraph tags that will be then used later on to display the drawn ball or drawn number. The variable isBallAlreadyCalled is used to validate whether the drawn number of or ball already exists in the array thisBallDrawns.
The last variable is used as the holder of the generated random numbers, which will be then validated and inserted to the array.
Following the declaration of variables is an if condition that checks whether the length of the ballDrawns array is equal to 75. Inside it, it has a while loop that has the condition isBallAlreadyCalled and will iterate until the program generates a unique random number starting from 1 to 75.
Next is an if condition if the random ball that was drawn in the container is not included in the ballDrawns array. It will add the randBallDraw value to the array. But if the array length is 75, it will return nothing.
Next will be the set of conditional statements for ranges of letter from B, I, N, G, and O. Each letter has its own set of ranges. B ranges from 1 to 15, I ranges from 16 to 30, N ranges from 31 to 45, G ranges from 46 to 60, and O ranges from 61 to 75.
Lastly, this markCard randBallDraw is called. MarkCard is a function that marks every number included in the bingo card that is equal to the drawn number through a nested for loop for traversing 3-dimensional arrays.
We have a total of 3 for loops used. The first loop traversed the bingo cards created. The second loop traversed the rows of the selected bingo card. And lastly, the third loop will then traverse the columns in the specified row and compare it to the drawn balls or drawn number. If it is equal to the drawn number, then the background color of the specified cell will be changed or highlighted.
Only 2 buttons were enabled. The Draw Cards button, which will show a prompt that says, enter the number of bingo cards you want to draw.
Once the user enters desired bingo cards, the game can now start by clicking the draw ball, which will automatically mark the cell if the last drawn number is visible within the card. The drawn number will be visible in the ball draw history, and it is also sorted to BINGO.
If the user finds a horizontal, vertical, or diagonal pattern consisting of 5 marked numbers, the bingo button must be clicked in order to finish the game.
If the bingo button was clicked, an alert will be visible. Bingo, you won. Congratulations. Winning cards, card number of which has met the expected pattern.
The draw ball and draw cards will be disabled, and the only button that the user can click are the bingo button, which is to verify if they won, clear button, to clear all cards and start a new game.
Clicking the Draw Cards button will make the prompt appear asking to enter the number of bingo cards you want to draw, entering a string, and entering a space before the number is an invalid input.
Clicking OK without entering a number of the user entered 0 when the user entered 0 will make the program say, please enter your desired number of cards. Additionally, inserting a number with decimals is also invalid, as the program will show a prompt saying the input must be a whole number.
A negative input is also not allowed. Once the user input a negative number, an alert message will be displayed saying input must be a positive number. Once the user already enters the desired amount of card he or she wants, this button, Draw Cards button, will be disabled and the Clear and Draw Ball buttons will be enabled.
Bingo button will not be enabled when the user draws card. It will only be enabled when the user has already drawn 4 balls. This is to avoid the user clicking the bingo button when it is not yet possible to satisfy a pattern.
User trying to click the bingo button, even though his or her card or cards isn't bingo yet, will make the program say, continue playing, you're getting closer to winning bingo.
In user clicking the bingo button, once his or her card is bingo, will make a prompt appear saying, bingo, you won. Congratulations. In addition, that includes what cards you won.
When the user won or bingo, draw ball will be disabled right after clicking this button. It will make the program show a prompt saying, you are trying to clear your cards. Click OK if you wish to continue.
And that concludes the presentation of our midterm project in client-side scripting.
We are Kapwa Dangal.
Thank you for watching.